it's Deborah from the attic. If this is your first visit, I hope that you'll go and take a look at some of the other hundreds of videos I have available on my channel, all designed to inspire your own creativity. If you are a repeat visitor, hello again, and today I've got something a little bit special to show you. We're working under natural light, so if you see unexpected shadows, that's why. I want to show you these documents because they're rather special. They date from between 1878 and 1881, so they're over 140 years old, and they are authentic legal documents that I've had in my possession for a little while, and they detail the sale of a farm in England. The handwriting is absolutely beautiful. It's standard Victorian copperplate, but it's absolutely glorious. And it's also fascinating because you can see where two different scribes have handwritten on these documents. The ink and the handwriting changes ever so slightly. And there's a suggestion in these that sometimes they've been written out in advance, ready for details to be filled in. And you can imagine a scribe sitting there having to write out lots of these documents. Here's an example of what I mean. So here it says in the High Court of Justice, Chancery Division, Master of the Rolls, and that's been written out in advance along with dated and then 18. And the date has been filled in a different hand. There's some scorings out here to say it's not 1880, it's 1890 possibly. But you can see it's a different hand and it's a different ink. So these are really beautiful documents. They're awkward though because they are not a standard size that we use today. They are an old-fashioned ledger size, and to give you an idea of the difference, this is a standard A4 sheet of paper, so they're much taller than we are used to working with. And that's why I'm showing you these originals, because I want you to see how these have been changed, reproduced, resized, digitally stitched together so that you can use them in your projects. And this one, let me just show you quickly. This one even has the pin in the top, and when I was reproducing these, I kept that pin in place. I thought that was a beautiful way to show what they used to do before paper clips were invented. And here's that paperclip reproduced in the documents that I'm offering as instant digital downloads in my Etsy shop. Let me do a quick flip through so you can see exactly what you're getting. There are 7 of these pages that have been reproduced from the authentic documents that I've just shown you. I've tried as closely as possible to keep the colours authentic so that these are as close to the original as I could make them. And I think they're rather beautiful. I particularly like that these edges have been replicated exactly as they were. Now, because these documents have these different edgings, it's quite difficult to size them in such a way that you could print them back to back. It's possible, but I think with our printers as well, sometimes they can be off by a couple of millimeters and you might not get your back-to-back prints exact. So what I've done is I've created 2 backgrounds. I usually do this with my sets so that if there is something that you want to print and you want it to have a background, these will cover all of the backgrounds from the original documents. So by that I mean, if you wanted to reproduce this one, you could print it on the reverse of this sheet, and then you would get back-to-back pages. And I provided 2 of these because the colours vary a little in the original documents and some pages are darker than other pages. I've also created 4 little note pieces so that you can write any little notes, and that will match with these background papers as well. So there are 2 small ones and there are 2 in a darker shade, slightly taller, more in keeping with the shape of the original ledger size. I've added a little bit of numeric text to this one here, just to darken it a little bit to again give you plenty of variation. I hope you'll find lots of ideas and lots of ways of using these in your vintage projects, maybe using them as background pages for journals that you make. I'll provide a link to my Etsy shop where you can find these below the video in the description box. You may have to click on the Read More button below the description box, and that will then reveal all of the links. In the meantime, I'm going to say Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, as always, and until we meet again, stay safe and take care.